always say it, and it's a joke, but at the end of the day, the true villain of the show is All Might.
Basically, she said that All Might's the villain, and pretty much All Might was kind of like the problem. If you want to see what her full opinion was on the topic, I'm tagging them below in the comments and in the description because their stitches weren't on. So I just want you to go see what her opinion is on the matter, and you can form your own. This is mine off what she said. She has the same viewpoint as Shigaraki, basically blaming All Might for everything that Hero Society is doing. All Might never stepped into this thinking, I'm going to cripple society. He wanted to be a symbol of peace, and he would have still been a symbol of peace if he never got injured. He would have still been doing hero work. Now, do I believe that Hero Society would have been better or worse if All Might never got injured, so he never had to give away One for All at the point that he did? That's a video for another time, which is a very interesting topic. But for this one, All Might never was thinking, I'm going to make everyone depend on me so they can't do shit themselves. What that was is a society issue. All Might basically was a band-aid to the problem. All Might was basically the vaccine while society was supposed to come up with the cure. And what the cure was is not only how do we stop villains, because we have heroes for that. Also, how do we stop shunning people from society so they become villains? I.e. like quirk counseling, discrimination on people who have certain quirks like Spinner, quirk counseling like Toga would have needed, or just regular people, you know, giving out helping hands, which would have stopped people like Shigaraki from becoming a villain too. Now, I'm not going to get this verbatim word for word, but at one point she says like, oh, like, okay, yeah, y'all don't need to do anything, just depend on me, pretty much is what All Might was saying. Or not saying, but you know what I mean. What All Might wanted to do was be a symbol, a light that created hope and made more people want to do good, which is what he did. You have heroes like Endeavor, who was trying to be the #1 hero. You have heroes like Kamui Woods. She also said that All Might knew that, like, what he was doing and knew that Hero Society was crumbling or whatever. I would personally say All Might didn't realize the type of society that he created until he had to retire and was forced to retire in season 3. Then he had to sit back and watch how everything was falling. Because, I mean, yeah, you had, like, they broke into the USJ and everything like that. But again, that's just villains being villains. Nobody's thinking like, oh, this is like the beginning of the end. Because up until season 3 of All Might's retirement, All Might was still the symbol of peace. Nobody knew that he could only do hero work for a few hours a day. Nobody knew any of that. Villains were still scared. So All Might still kept that symbol up until he fought All for One for that second time. Then she said towards the end, like, oh, then he has to rely on freshmen pretty much to do the job that the heroes should be doing. All Might was a freshman when he met the one who gave him One for All. Actually, he wasn't a freshman. It was right before he went into high school, based off of the uniform that he was wearing in the flashback of when he met his mentor. Now, maybe he was already in a different high school and he got the power and then he transferred to UA. But I think he went to UA as a freshman. I don't remember, or I don't know if it was ever said or anything like that, but I think he went into UA as a freshman. Think of it like this. If you're a pro athlete, let's say you're playing basketball, and you're like the next Michael Jordan, the next LeBron James, and you're running with your team, and your team is doing great, and y'all won the first championship, and you're like, yo, we're about to do this for like 7-8 more seasons, you know, and you're running good. And in season 3, the third season, you already won the championship the first 2 seasons. In the third season, you get injured, and then the team does nothing but lose. Whose fault is that? Is that your fault for being a great athlete? Or is that the coaches, the managers, and the owners' fault for not realizing that they're relying on just one person and getting more people in there on the team? And this is 100% my opinion. The reason why he's relying on freshmen, as in Deku, is because One for All is supposed to be passed in secrecy. If he passed it to another hero, let's say, for example, Night Eye was like one of his closest friends. Let's say he passed it to Night Eye. Night Eye would have gotten an insane power boost right then and there and would have instantly been targeted by All for One to come take that shit. But if you pass One for All to somebody nobody knows, while they're training to be a hero, they're also can train to wield their powers, and it just looks like, okay, this kid is an up-and-comer, they're super powerful, this is their power. Basically, in conclusion, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, she has the same viewpoints as Shigaraki. She's blaming All Might for a problem that society created. And she's saying that All Might is the reason why society has gotten so lax, which is true, but that's not All Might's fault. Like I said, go watch the original video, go follow them. It's a great page, and you guys have a good day.